Hey there, SimFly's news is coming and you cannot miss this episode. You're gonna learn new things about the forum and then new airplane for this week, then what we are working on, and also the Ask Me Anything section with amazing questions. See you soon. Hello everybody and welcome to SimFly News. This is Roberto, SimFly spokesperson, and as I did the last week and I did the week before the one before and so on, I bring you the latest news about SimFly every single week. Even when there is not much to say, we always have something to surprise you. In fact, what we tell you this week we're gonna tell you about what's going on, what we are working on. The marketplace for users, we completed the user experience and we completed the UI. In the meanwhile, somebody else, another small team of developer keep going with the implementation of what you cannot see, all the backend, all the things that happen behind the scene when things move. And because here we're talking about things of value, we need to pay a lot of attention. So what is happening now is that we are doing the engine behind the user marketplace. The UI is completed, then we're gonna need to make the UI functional and attach it to the backend. So at the end, everything is gonna work. We're gonna test it for a while, and when we see the things works okay, we are going to release it to production to all of you. And we're gonna have a 6 months of cool down of the user marketplace. So for the first 6 months, there is gonna be the limits of how much item can be sold for. So you cannot sell an airplane for $1 or $1. You need to respect a certain minimum limit, and slowly we are going to go to full freedom in an open and functioning marketplace. Why we do this? We do this because not many people are gonna be there in day one, and we need to make sure that there is no, mass behavior of, people following one the other and doing things that can create trouble and, damage the user themselves. So we have this regulated flow to get to a full open marketplace. It's gonna last 6 months from the moment it's published. You don't understand what I'm talking about? Ask in the Ask Me Anything section and I'm going to reply with more detail on this information, okay? Now, one more thing is the range. We're working on the limits that each model of airplane or each category of airplane can have, and limits in the minimum amount of flight, in the maximum amount of flight, and in several other things. So this is coming out. So also what it concerns the minimum flight is going to be different model by model. But you will see later when I explain to you about the forum, you're going to see that also now the 20-minute limit has been broken down. And we already put in production a lower amount of time. You're gonna see this together when I explain you about the forum, okay? And the mission, the challenge mission, is a new mission that is called Challenge, that is super fun, and work are going on for that mission as well. It's quite complex because it's all connected with all the movement that also the user marketplace is creating. So you're going to see that it is going to be nice, but it's been in implementation for a while, and so it should come to destination. If you want to suggest some milestone flight that you think we should add, please go to the forum and suggest the milestone flight. Milestone flight should be related to where people want to go to for a particular event or reason. So if there is a reason to transport people in a certain place, then a milestone flight is gonna be good. For example, now I will see a milestone flight to bring people out of area that soon are going to be war zone. And if SimFly had already war airplane, that would be a good, add-on for next section, next kind of missions. Maybe with the time we're gonna get there too. And we also are working for notifications and communications. So much things there, and so limited resources in terms of people that are working with us. So be patient, things are coming out. So I know that we're famous to say coming soon, and it's taking not so soon, but trust us, every time we said come soon, it did come. It's never didn't come out. Everything that is coming soon is gonna come out. We are filling up with all the priority things that are important. Like today, I spent the full day to fix an issue that there was, and this is time that cannot go on something else. All right. And now, let me explain to you about the forum. And this is the forum. Why I want to talk to you about the forum? Because there are very interesting things. So first of all, you all can access the forum, okay? So you can go to the forum, and when you go to the forum, you should go in all categories. Here on the left menu, you're gonna find it, all categories. When you go to all categories, you're gonna see here all the latest things that people is discussing about, but here all the different categories where you want to go and check things and also participate in conversation. One section I want to show you today is the vote to make SimFly great again. Vote to make SimFly great again has some subsection. The subsection are suggest topic to vote on, new airplanes, new functionality, existing functionality, and parameterization. So what people being voted in the past 2 weeks, is the 20-minute minimum flight. So if we go to parameterization, this is the only things that there was to vote about. So if you want to create something that people should vote about, just go here in the new topic and suggest something, and people gonna then vote your discussion and discuss about it. But how long should the shorted flight be? If you scroll up, or you've never been there, you're gonna always start from the beginning, you see that 56 people have voted for this. I was hoping more people come vote, but 56 is already a good number. 56 voted, and the average amount that people voted is 14.05. Pay attention, this was a poll that takes the average of the time that people select. It's not that if 19 people choose 20 minutes and 18 people choose 10 minutes, then it's 20. No, it will be 15 because it makes the average. In fact, the average comes even with 0.05, which was not an option to vote, okay? So this is not that the most voted win. This is simply the average. It takes all the amount voted, sum together, divide for amount of voters, you get the average. And this is what this poll has been. So 40 minutes 05 is already being implemented. If you take a flight and you fly for 15 minutes, it's gonna be paid. Now, this is true. It's hard to standardize one single time for all the kind of airplane that are around. A very small airplane, maybe 5 minutes is enough, and a very big important airplane, maybe half an hour is more adapt to it. So for this reason, we are working, it's not completed yet, in a set of rules that we can apply. They are going to be different based on the category or the model of the airplane. So in this case, we can say category 1 can do 5 minutes rather than category blah blah blah. And with this system, we can also set the maximum amount or distance or altitude, etc., etc. If people do things that are strange, that don't belong to the airplane characteristic, they get a penalty. So this is what we're working on. But for now, everybody can do 15 minutes flight and have everything paid with the 15 minutes flight. It's good? And now that you have reached this point in the video, there is something I want you to do. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends, okay? You can also find us in other social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and also in X, which used to be Twitter. Follow us in all the social media, because doing this we grow the community, and with a stronger community you will be able to enjoy a better SimFly experience. Subscribe to the channel, like the video at least, and share it with your friend, okay? Now, where I was? Oh yes! Now, second point that is interesting again, if you go in all categories here, and you go and you see that there is new airplanes. In new airplanes, we had a poll saying that we're gonna roll out an airplane every week now, but which one we should roll out? Again, if you go and you see this is a different kind. So the Douglas DC-6 has been the most voted airplane with 34% of the votes. Second comes the E190, then the Dash Q400, and so on and so forth. 26 people voted. The voting was open for 2 weeks, and this is the list of the airplane that we want to bring to you in the next weeks based on your selection. But let's do something even more cool. Again, you go to all categories, you go to new airplanes. Here you see that somebody asked, please add the Cessna citation longitude to the airplanes that are available to purchase. If you want something, just go to new topic here, click on new topic, and here put the model of the airplane that you want SimFly to add new. Here explain why this model is good, if it's default in every simulator, if what simulator is default, if it's for sale but it's cheap, blah blah blah, why you like it, what is good, whatever you want to write. And then click on create a topic. When you create the topic, you're gonna have something like this. When people see the model, likes it, and click inside, they can go here on the top and vote for your model. You say that this one, which is being created by Kindra, has already for vote, and I voted for it. Okay. If there is another, he's gonna have his own vote. This topic receive votes, but is not an offer of one particular airplane model. But if you do this, the same way, again, there are many other categories where you can vote, starting with suggest topics to be voted on. So if you think the community should vote about functionality or something like this, suggest the topic, then we're gonna create the topic with the vote option and set it up for vote. Okay, if you want a new functionality, existing functionalities, etc. So existing functionality that you don't like want to be changed, or new that you want to be implemented. So when you go here, see it's empty now, but you go just create a new topic, and you can get it to be voted, etc., etc. What else I wanted to tell you, that in this forum you have the opportunity to reach single users. So if you go to the main menu and you go to more, you see that there is users. When you see the user, you see that there is a big list, and you can search by username. There are not all 17,000 users, because I failed in trying to import them from SimFly, but those that participate, so the first time they come and visit the forum, automatically they are added in here. Okay, when you see a user you want to talk to, okay, just click on it. You can send a message. It's like an internal email where you can include more people as well. You can chat with them and directly conversate with the person, or you can go to see their page with the badges that they have, etc., etc. We are going to slowly include all the things that come from SimFly also in the forum. And this is a lot of there are many other cool stuff in the forum, but here you see that there is already something interesting. Here I can see if I have a news, you see somebody sent me a message, etc., etc. If you want to open a ticket for support, you see here, you can click here, and automatically you can create for a message for the help desk. So all the people that are in the help desk, you can describe the issue here, blah blah blah, and send it. In this way we can see what's the problem and come back to you with a solution, or solve it and tell you that we solved it, etc., etc. There is another, if you go again in all the categories here, in the help desk, there is a section that's called help each other. And here there are a conversation where people is helping each other to solve problem, and we can also participate, as you see, but mostly other user can help you with the solution on things. Okay, so the default menu usually is the one, sorry, not my post, but the topics. And here you see that all the new topics that people been talking to. So if you see one that you want to participate, then you click and you can participate. Make new friend, help each other, and discover all the things that SimFly has. For example, there is a group that now is making a discovery of the amount of experience point, packs to upgrade the various assets, etc., etc. You can participate with your information. Forums are a great place to come together and do great things. So there, and beside the forum, what we do every week, we come out with a new airplane. And as you saw in the forum, that you can vote for which model you want. This is the last airplane that we come out our own fantasy. We're gonna come next week with the airplane, or from the next 2 weeks on, the airplane that you have suggested. But this week, we have the Airbus A310-300. And as you know, for a very short time, if you love this airplane, rush up to get it, because it's 50% discount, but just for a short time. The Airbus A310-300 is a wide-body jet that has been developed by the European manufacturer Airbus. It's designed for medium to long-haul routes. It can carry up to 280 passengers, offering a balanced mix of range, capacity, and efficiency. The A310-300 is known for its advanced aerodynamics, spacious cabin, and dependable performance, making it a versatile choice for airlines operating intercontinental or high-density routes. So what I have to say, don't miss the opportunity. If this is the airplane you want to pilot, this is the moment to go for it, okay? Because soon, no more 50% discount as we move to a new airplane. And now, I know all of you are waiting for it, the Ask Me Anything section. Question number one is being asked by Morpheus74. And he's asking, it would be nice to have a graph of the daily income of packs and experience points, maybe in the wallet section, or even in the personal profile of each pilot. Okay, so to see how people progress with the packs, like earn, spend them, or just, there are a lot of graphs. We start with some basic one. These are all a lot of cosmetic things that are beautiful to do. We're gonna do this one also for the bank, movements, statements made in a graph. And another thing that we're working on together with the notification is API. And SimFly API are gonna allow, and I'm so sorry because there is somebody that I promised some API webhooks and some also RabbitMQ notifications, and we are very well behind on that. But with API, people can be able to implement their own things and pass them back to SimFly, or we can, it's going to be an open, like a sort of an open system. So if somebody make a nice statistic graph and things with data through API, then you can share with everybody else. Now, I hope this addresses your question, Morpheus74. We look forward to do this. Question number two is being asked by Falcon FL380. The 3rd of May 2025 has 3 votes, and Falcon is asking, with SkyRanking section, when someone tries to search by username, you can obtain the result of that user and its position in the ranking. Great, but could it be possible to include the list of the following users from the position? In the way you can compare user and keep a listing from that point. Thanks and congrats for the nice product and development. Thank you, Falcon FL380. We love when people congratulate us on SimFly, so kudos, thank you. And this is something interesting. So now we made the search just to bring to you those users. So even if you put a partial part of the username, it brings all those users that have that username. It can be changed or can put in an additional way, so where the selection of the user is done at the moment that you enter the text. Then you choose a user, and then it's gonna bring the user in the middle, so you'll see who is behind the user, who is before and after the user, like it happening in many categories with video games. So yes, that's something we can do again in the future. We have a lot on our plate at the moment, so we want to deliver a little of the things that we have in our plate. Thank you, Falcon, for your question. I hope this answered it. Question number three has been asked by Gianni Romanizio, the 10th of May 2025, and has 3 votes. And he says, "Hi, Robbie." Oh, thank you. Could you give us some preview of what the upcoming mission on SimFly will be like? Thank you. You know what? there are 2 or 3 interesting. The challenge mission is super cool, and many things are being kept secret until they come out. But I think we can convince the right people to give us a sneak peek into that, and we're gonna make a video just on missions, where we can explain how we plan the roadmap of mission to be. So why we created the mission in the order that we did create them, because many people don't see the meaning of it much, but it's gonna make sense when everything is implemented, okay? Why there is a test pilot, why there is an unrestricted mission, why the airplane rental. These are missions that are not just the fun, the cool, the best one, but are necessary to have the other one then published. So we've been working on those that are more difficult, more complex, and also not so exciting, if you want, even though SimFly is exciting in the overall, but they are the base, the foundation to then come out with all the other missions that are actually more fun. And I think the challenge is gonna be a good one for fun, and then there's gonna be some other less, and then some other more. We have some cool stuff on the roadmap for the mission. So, stay in the lookout, because we are going to make a video just to talk about missions. Question number 4. Question number 4, also asked by Gianni Romanisio, May 20, 2025, so 10 days before the previous question, has 3 votes, and he says, "Hi Roberto, in the future, will it be possible to have something like a flight token, a real blockchain token that can be withdrawn externally? Of course, while it's still keeping the option to sell packs on the SimFly marketplace, offering both possibility, internal use or exchange as real crypto. As for that beer you mentioned, there is the solution. Could you tell me which airport is yours? I'll be happy to come visit. I'll land there with 3 of my aircraft, just enough time for the beer, and then I head out to another destination. This way, your 3 times bonus gets multiplied by 6, turning into anything bonus. Oh my god. So the beer is paid for, and maybe even a slice of pizza too." Okay, Gianni, one thing per time, okay? So just to give a brief history for everybody, SimFly is born with a goal. The goal is that simmers should earn something when they fly, okay? And earning this something should be able to be converted in actual money that they can use to buy a beer or buy a pizza, like Gianni suggests, okay? And the technology to best satisfy this in terms not of speculation, Mark, but in terms of transparency and pure ownership of assets and currency for people, is the blockchain. Unfortunately, many people use blockchain to do scam, to do bad things, and the ignorance of many people connected the fact that we wanted to use this technology in the mention of word NFTs, tokens, crypto token, etc., and automatically they connected the SimFly was a scam for this reason. And this is unfortunately ignorance. Ignorance that is a legitimate ignorance, means I know nothing about ballet. So if you ask me something about ballet, no, but if you say that somebody does something, I can come to a conclusion that may be wrong. So when people heard about SimFly promoting that the means to earn something that can be converted in real money for a pilot, for a simmer, was the use of blockchain and crypto, we've been assaulted of a lot of insinuations, if not even straightforward accusation of being a scam. We took legal action against some people. In fact, it can generate a good revenue to sue people that write things online that are not nice, because now in more and more countries, defamation online is a crime, and people, to avoid to go through all the legal course, pay to shut down the things. And there are legal law offices that do this, but this besides this, the fact that it was not understood well, SimFly, for being, which is the original goal of SimFly, and is still today the original goal, to get simmer be able to earn something that been converted in real money and actually fly and make money while they fly. We had to remove the use of that technology using a different technology, which is a centralized server. And the goal is identical, so nothing changed in the process, because anyway the PAX token or the NFT would have been useful in SimFly, so they wouldn't allow people to do a speculation, to go trade it in the market. It's nothing to do with that, okay? It's simply something that is managed in a different way, if you want, in a free space in the internet, thanks to the blockchain. But because the ignorance of some very loud people, we had to put this on the side. I still believe that this is an amazing opportunity to have SimFly Web3 ready. And in fact, the technology to do that is still there, because it's one of the first things we implemented, we spent time to develop. So once we have a very solid user base, that we don't put at risk SimFly because of the association with the blockchain, because there is people that is illiterate, so maybe more people get literate about it, or more we are solid and strong, we will allow people to take PAX token assets and take them outside the central server and put them on the blockchain, okay? And then use them in the blockchain in whatever means they want. But this has to come when I see at least 1,000 airplanes every day minimum flying on SimFly in a mission, okay? I promise this, 1,000 people per day for at least, in an average of 1,000 people in mission, flying in a mission a day for a month, and then we come out with the option to have PAX token and all the other asset as a blockchain asset, so NFTs and ERC20. Unfortunately, it's going to be something external, so when they are in the blockchain, they cannot be used in SimFly, but they can be traded freely outside SimFly. Okay, now another token that has speculative things, etc., is really not something that is immediately related to SimFly. But if we come out with something cool, and we need to think about it, something that is connected to missions, for example, mission that give you a prize, or the access to particular things, probably a token that is freely tradable in the marketplace, whatever people want, buy and sell, it can go up and down as a price, doesn't matter what, is something that we can do as a collateral to some part of SimFly, because we still believe there is fun and there is a space for something like this. Going to the second part of your question, which is my airport? So I have to disclose this, okay? I have a user in SimFly, it's called Sleeping Pilot, okay? Sleeping Pilot is me. Sleeping Pilot because I still not a simmer really, so I did a very little amount of flights around. Many times I use this account to do tests to make sure that everything works in production, because sometimes everything works in development. When we put it in production, things don't work anymore the same way. So sometimes I do some few tests about functionality in SimFly, but I also have my own controls, and now that we have the client for macOS, I have also explained in my beautiful, strong and powerful computer. So I'm learning to fly. I am upset because 20-minute minimum flight is very difficult for me to sustain. I wish I could have done shorter flight that paid, but I accept the rules, and now they are 14 minutes only. So in this case, I have an airport. It's actually a very big airport, which I got when I entered SimFly. When I entered SimFly, I purchased my shares financially, and in part of this deal, I got the airport. The airport is the airport in Bali, WADD, I think is the cow. It's not strategically positioned because Southeast Asia is a desert at the moment. There is more Europe and America, but I live in Bali. I live in this tropical island of Bali, and I eat coconut and watermelon every day. What can I say? And so I loved to have this airport. That's why I own this airport and a few small airplanes, and I do my small flights to learn how to fly. So if you see Sleeping Pilot, that is me. Okay, Gianni, so thank you for visiting me. You actually already did, and this is amazing. And I have another person that also came from Thailand to visit me in Bali. I appreciated that a lot. Thank you. And everybody's welcome. If you tell me in the forum, come to chat, I'm gonna increase the sharing just for your visit, okay? What else, Gianni? I hope that this answered your question. And for today, this is all. You learned about the forum. You did a few interesting, discoveries on SimFly and what is going on. What is important, if you are not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe. We are so close to 1,000 users, and I want to see our channel becoming much more popular. What else I have to say? Thank you for listening to me, and I apologize for my English if it's not good. Hey, nobody's perfect, plus I'm Italian, so what you expect, okay? And one important thing I always almost forget to tell you, SimFly, take off and get more.